come back. Farm up and level and come back. So let's try to finish this one and some other small ones, so we can come back at 69 and do cleanup. I feel best about that. We need to find a spawner. This thing actually hits pretty hard though. I could have swore that this was the vehicle that had the treasure seeker thing on it. And back to it, back to standing in this circle. These guys can't be that far away though. Oh shit. That thing's done. 100%. It's done. Okay, well then. Well, I took out a lot there. Lord have mercy. These bandit patrols are just a pain in the ass to get to spawn. We're gonna come back. I'm gonna save and quit so we can go back to the beginning. And what we're going to do from there is I'm going to run the story. We're going to finally finish this bastard up. We will decide on doing more than Mordecai after this. Alright, I got the window still open and there's a storm beginning to rain down. What a day, what a day. It's good to be back. It's good to be back, I'll tell you. Sometimes this actually works if we're just patient. Yeah, he says they're not loot boxes, they're surprise mechanics, and they're quite ethical. Headlines that you don't want to take for 100. Quite ethnical. They said the same thing about euthanasia. They said the same thing about sterilizing people. EA's implementation of loot boxes has come under plenty of fire. Eugenics. Eugenics was considered ethical. Even relative to the general outcry against the mechanic, the pushback against Battlefront 2's loot boxes was so intense that EA reworked the entire system, and the wild popularity of FIFA Ultimate Team means that it has gotten scrutiny even from watchdog groups and governmental organizations. Yeah, I think that bill died, but still. I mean, it made it far enough. Might still be making its way through, though. Kerry Hopkins, EA's VP of Legal and Government Affairs, insists that the company's randomized purchases aren't loot boxes, but rather surprise mechanics. Well, he would, wouldn't he? Aren't loot boxes. That's what they're called. I mean, that's almost worse, surprise mechanics. In an oral evidence session with the UK Parliament's Digital Culture, Media and Sport Committee. Oh man. Are other countries besides the US? I knew the Belgians had made like loot boxes illegal. I know the Chinese had done some some regulation on them. Alright, where we want to be is... One, we want to actually be able to talk into the fucking microphone. Two, this. Let's go finish the story. Weeba! We should be over-leveled for most of this shit. In fact, that's why we originally took a break, remember? We wanted to go level. We overdid it. Yeah, okay, so we should be able to run to the vault from here. And once we get to the vault, I'm going to power level to 69. Hey-o! But it's true. So we'll come back and finish Nox up. We'll probably make a few weapon runs. Claptrap DLC, weapon runs. This is like 3 missions out, though. It's Trash Coast, and then you're, Salt Flats, and done. Oh yeah. We successfully overleveled. Good. That means we can do this. We'll just snipe everything. Except we need a better fire rate than that. That ain't gonna get it done. That thing's got a terrible reload, so it doesn't really matter either way. We would need a PPZ and we don't have it. Big Daddy ought to be right here, though. Ought to be ready for a big old dick. Hold on. Let me keep obsessively messing with the audio equipment. It's what we be needing. Is the camera off? Is that fucking why? I feel like I'm a little bit off here. Excusing me. Maybe just a little, but not much. No, I'm definitely not off. Boo! Because that's the edge of the world right there. The whole world. Awesome. Awesome rack hive. Okay. Pop, you fucker. Didn't do that much damage, did it? What we need is a good double anarchy. I mean real good. I mean that kind of double anarchy that you ride out for the rest of the game kind of double anarchy. The kind that you use to kill crawl in a round. It's 2009, ladies and gentlemen, and this is your boss battle! This was fun. He dropped nothing! Absolutely nothing! I've yet to see a pearl shield. I want to see a pearl shield. I want to kill Crawl and see him drop one of these. I want to see a fucking Unforgiven. That'd be beautiful. And we're set. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Always struggle after dinner, I'm telling you. I'm telling you! Airplane food, what's up with that? Go, go, Bloodwing, kill those other flying things. Kill a smaller version of yourself. Go, creature, go! Wait. Oh, we keep going forward? There's no way. No, this has always been a dead end. This has always been a dead end, I think. Oh, yeah. It's a cool area, though. Kinda sucks they only use it once for this one small thing. They, like, clearly put a lot of work actually into that little spot. It's cool, man. It's not bad at all. And as the rain comes, so the road ends. The rain. He still popped. Even though we did nothing but shoot him in the face, his guts still have to... Okay, back to Tannis. From Tannis, we go to the Salt Flats. We have to fight through a little, like, ruined place first. No reason to go and do side quests. Which is why I'm having this internal debate over just what is 100%. As much as I want to run all the characters to 69, at this point, I think we have to start moving forward. But we should finish what we started, that's for sure. That's well worth. That is worth. The Scottish National Party MB Brendan O'Hara Hopkins says, "We do not think the way that we have implemented these kinds of mechanics, FIFA of course is a big one, and FIFA Ultimate Team of Packs, quite ethical and quite fun, quite enjoyable to people." But what about kids? What about the people who don't get that it's randomized? What about the children? What about the children? No. Okay. Shotgun. Fire rate of 0.4. Impressive. Welcome back, Wilso. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Thank you. We're finishing up the main story. Gotta free another claptrap. So we go back to Old Haven. That's the part I missed. Then I think back to Tannis. I just want to get to the vault. I want to see level 69. I feel better about that. I feel strong. Get some farming in. Honestly. It's time. It's time. Back to Old Haven, where we'll march right on through. We are more than ready. We have over-leveled ourselves, as was the goal. Excuse me again. See, this is the part that's tough to comment on. So as much as I want to do every character to 69, I'd feel good about that. I know we're already behind, but I still like, you know, kind of feel like, it'd be sweet before Borderlands 3 to have all the characters up. But, you know, it's getting hard to comment through the busy work. I'll tell you that much right now. We need the loot box. No, I got the article up. I saw it. Well, so you probably had me muted or something during the rant, but I said I'd read it after. I've been reading it, actually. I came back and started reading it. Yeah, the surprise mechanics. They're actually quite ethical and quite fun. If they were ethical, why do you have to argue without... It's like when the kid is guilty of doing something and they start defending themselves before they've actually been called out on it. I swear the cookies were already gone out of the jar, but Mom's never noticed that the cookies were even gone. She never had to comment on the morality or of loot boxes or whatever. She's gonna go ahead and just get that out of the way real quick. Over them. I've never heard surprise mechanics. What about the children? I mean, like, I don't think loot boxes should be illegal. I'll be real. I don't think it hurts to have some regulation, though, on them. Especially kids. Especially with kids. I think it's going to be a very big ask to actually regulate them. It's too many games across too many platforms. But I think China did alright. It's fucking weird saying that, but, you know, like, you had to throw, like, the statistics in there. We'll keep reading that article. But looks like EA made another whoopsie. If you are trying to argue in favor of loot boxes, that's not how you do it, EA. It's the greater good. The greater good. Oh yeah, Baron Flint. Baron Flint got onto the boat. Baron Flint is actually one of the brothers of Zane Flint, who's going to be one of the Borderlands 3 Vault Hunters. Pretty exciting. Wait. Oh yeah, there's that claptrap here. That claptrap can be here because they don't give any more SDUs. It's only the first 5 in the second playthrough that have a chance of giving you an SDU. So, no reason for us to engage him. Well, we have ERCB in line of regulations, so I don't see why we couldn't have the same thing for what is essentially gambling in video games. I just don't think you can outright ban them. I think that's too blanket of a solution for too complex a problem. They make a ton of money. I mean, they make a ton of money for the taxpayers too. So, like Roblox, that's where like it gets complicated because a game like Roblox has loot boxes, but it doesn't really. You could technically say Roblox doesn't have any loot boxes, but the problem is half the games in there have it where you can buy loot boxes. What do we do in that situation? Especially if we ban it for kids. Roblox is a good game for kids, but I do think something obviously has to be done. This might be enough, though. This might be enough. Just doing this, just like letting them know it's serious. I don't think we're at full scale, like throw them into the gulag yet, but they do need a slap on the wrist probably to see if they fucking turn it around. It's a good shit game for kids, yeah, that's true. But kids love it, and that's the main thing. My nephew, God, he gets addicted to that game. But there's loot boxes all through it. But he never spends any money. Like, you never even have to show. If he doesn't know that he can buy any of the premium stuff, he never even cares. He never even thinks about it. Just like a lot of shit with kids, you know? It's like, they don't think about it, they don't know about it, they just don't even worry about it, even though it's there. They say they want something in the store, and then you tell them no, and they cry about it, then you walk away, and 5 minutes later they forget about it. I don't think it'll pass yet. Be tough. Be tough to write a good law in that with that situation there. But it's amazing that it's gotten this bad, that it's gone this far. I mean, surprise mechanics. And in FIFA, I've heard terrible things about FIFA. I mean, NBA 2K was... I have no idea how the fuck people still buy those games. They're so ridden with loot boxes. But that's the thing, like, you would think the market would dictate that. It's especially surprising GOP is the ones pushing this bill. But you would think that the market would say, we don't want this shit anymore. I thought we were kind of saying that and making it a good effort. I thought Star Wars Battlefront 2 was a good pushback. But we must not be making that much of a dent. Which is why I worry that, like, Destiny 2 is going to be 10 times bigger than Borderlands 3. You get a game, stop doing the bullshit. And no matter how much we bitch and complain and criticize, the voting with the wallet doesn't seem to be occurring. And I assume it's because gamers in general aren't like... You and I, we're going to talk about it. Twitch, we're going to talk about it. People who game pretty much every day, it's their main hobby, we're going to talk about it. But the people who go to GameStop every now and again at Walmart and buy a game for their kids or whatever, they don't have the foggiest notion of what's going on. Really, it's gotten that bad, Turbo? I mean, my nephew's pretty smart about how he is with money, to be honest. For a kid, he's pretty good about it. He's still occasionally going to do dumb stuff because he's a kid, but... Like, he knows that once I give him a little bit of Roblox money, because I'll give him some Robux. If he gets really good grades and he listens and he makes his bed and he's a good, you know, well-behaved kid, because he is a good kid, he really is. But I'll give him some Robux. But he knows that that's it, and so because he knows that's it, he's pretty smart about how he spends them. He doesn't just like drop them on the stupidest thing ever. He'll like buy like a $1 Robux shirt, and then he'll buy like a $5 little pass, and I don't think that that's bad. I think that that like kind of helps a kid learn good spending habits without having to deal with too much real money. But obviously it can get misused. Like Jack Black tells that story about his son spending like $3,000 on their credit card because he didn't know. That's scary, and that happens a lot. You know, the kid didn't understand that the gems are real money. That the in-game currency was costing the kid real money, and that happens way too often. Something probably has to change there. Something definitely has to change. But you could also probably argue, to be devil's advocate, that Timmy shouldn't have ever been messing with Daddy's phone to begin with. That how did Timmy even have access to the credit card? Oh yeah, we gotta kill. I'm always forgetting what we gotta do, and all I gotta do is read the damn objective and we'd have it no problem. I think loot boxes are bullshit like everybody else, but I think that they obviously exist because the company's made a hell of a lot of money off us. I wish that there was a way outside of the law to regulate it. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. You know, one of the big things is like we're against DRM. DRM for me personally gets thrown right in there. To me, it's in the same thing as the loot box conspiracy. But I can't think that the government's gonna see it that way. They're gonna probably be on the side of the industry and thinking that this is good protection from piracy and copyright, because the government does do a lot of like robust protection for copyright for good reason. I understand it. But in video games, it's taken a form where a lot of agency and control over your purchase is taken away from you. And I think that the industry could argue, probably on pretty good grounds, that the loot boxes are somehow a part of their DRM. Like, they protect their assets more, they make their assets more valuable by putting them in these boxes rather than you being able to just straight up buy them. Be a tough fight to win, I think. So, easiest way to come right back full circle and say it again. The easiest way to deal with this shit is not to buy games with loot boxes in them. Or, you know, another thing that they could also argue is like a game like Apex Legends. It has loot boxes. They're not mandatory. But it's free to play. If a game is free to play, I don't see a problem with loot boxes. I won't buy them on principle. On principle, I won't buy them. Because I'm with you guys. I don't like loot boxes either, okay? I don't like them. I think they're bullshit. I think what we used to buy directly, we now have to buy... We now spend money on a random chance to get it. And I think that's not right. I think it's totally unfair. And it only exists because, obviously, they wanted to squeeze some more blood out of the stone. Get some more water out of the, blood out of the turnip or whatever. And on one part, that makes sense. Because games are great value. I mean, you go to an arcade, you pay $1 to play around a pinball. Arcades probably made 10 times the money than what you get for $60 now. What we expect for $60 anyway. Maybe not in the day. Games were like $80 on the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo. Oh. We've won a lot of battles. The companies want more money. It makes sense. They've gone about it the wrong way. By putting a damn casino in the game. I can see where kids can be manipulated by it. But it's tough in my mind to argue a law straight up banning loot boxes when a game like Apex Legends, I think, can very rightly say, this is how we make money. It's free. We offer you a good product. It works as sold, as advertised. It's a for-profit model. Consume. Obey. I get it. I get it. As I say, I'm with you on the loot box argument. I don't think China did a bad thing with the percentage. I think that's why Fortnite changed their shit up. Man, it'd be tough to sue Fortnite. You're gonna get a lot of ambiguity. On what a loot box is. Because now, okay, you're gonna ban loot boxes. Well, that's just a term. We'll call it, as EA's doing, surprise mechanics. So we have to define it specifically, what a loot box is. Shouldn't be complex, but it kind of is, because like I know one Roblox game, it has multiple different kinds of there's the red chest, there's the green chest, there's the legendary chest, there's the epic chest. The red chest technically guarantees you a legendary item. Is it really a loot box? Or is it a surprise mechanic? Or Fortnite. Fortnite's llamas are weird, man. They show you exactly what you're gonna get now. They show you exactly what you're gonna get. They show you if they're gonna go silver or gold. They didn't start that way. I mean, Fortnite's opening llamas were a nightmare. They were the kind of shit that starts the ball rolling on why we should ban loot boxes. They were a drug. They were a kiddie drug. There was candy. There was confetti. There was bright lights. There was lots of like blurs and sound effects, and you hit the llama, you wanted it to like say a funny line and go silver, and the silver would go ding, and then the gold would go bing, and he would laugh and he would joke and he would explode. It was a party. I could see where my nephew or any kid his age would be brought into that like it was crack cocaine, especially if they didn't understand that V-Bucks are real money. Which I think is why they went through and changed it so much. Because if the regulation does begin to happen, which it looks like the ball is rolling, that's the kind of shit that gets illegal right now. Because that's the example of how we don't want it to be. Or how the government might say is preying on children. It's like making them smoke candy cigarettes back in the day. Isn't this fun? Don't you like the feeling? Isn't it satisfying? Yeah, In fact, now that I'm 18, I feel like I'm a little dependent upon it actually. So go ahead and give me one of them fucking cigarettes. Thanks. Appreciate it, boss. I appreciate it, boss. Thank you. Thank you for starting me off early on the habitual loop. Let's go kill Zane Flint's brother. Boomstick. Kiwi Farms. Chili, onion, tomato, cheese. What is this? Chocolate vanilla, $6. Deep. Cash only. Plus tax for our wasted government speaker. So what am I looking at here? That it's cash only, but they're charging tax? What am I looking at here, Wilso? Oh, the menu for the Heart Attack Grill in Las Vegas. Nice. They just say fuck it at the end of this game. You just start finding vault key pieces. The last 2 missions are literally just straight up. Here's the last pieces. Here you go. You're probably done with this now, aren't you? Octuple bypass burger. 8 patties. How much is that? That can't be cheap. Octuple bypass. I mean, that's not a meal. It's like, okay, it's a birthday meal. I don't see a problem in that. The problem is when the people get fucking addicted to it, they get like 700 pounds. That's rough. Dude, I went to, like I said, my nieces and nephew, they've had sport camps all week. So they need fed, but we're on the road and we're going back and forth everywhere. I stopped at KFC yesterday at like noon, and it was fucking packed. I couldn't believe it. I rarely have fast food, actually. I know it is good. It's super tasty. I get it. I'm the furthest thing from against fast food, but it's expensive. It adds up, and it's not good for you. So very rarely do I have fast food. But we're on the run. Kids need some lunch, and they're playing sports, so they need some energy. And that place was a madhouse. And everybody in there was like a good 400 or 500 pounds, it seemed like. There was a girl probably 20 years old. She had to be 500 pounds, man. I couldn't see her face. I couldn't see her face. And I just feel like that's gotta be miserable. Like, I'm uncomfortable at my weight. I'm not a heavy guy, but I still actually prefer being pretty lean. I feel better on my feet. And I just can't imagine that experience of being that weight. I'm not like, you know, being prejudiced, because I know that's like become somehow you're prejudiced if you say this kind of shit. I just imagine it has to be very uncomfortable. And that's what happens. If you come in for the KFC at noon every day, $24. Holy shit. Well, that's enabling right there. Over 350 pounds, eat for free. Yeah, well, if you want your customer base to die, someone made that joke once. Wait, you know what? Fuck. I think I maybe told my ex that. Maybe it hasn't been a thing, but wait, no. It's definitely a joke. It's definitely a joke that I've heard somewhere. That, like, Burger King doesn't do as well as McDonald's because its customer base dies. Because they don't give a shit. They'll serve the, like... Maybe, I don't know. Either way, it's the same logic applies. I swear to God, I can't trace this back. I know I told my ex-girlfriend this at one point. That, like, Burger King was always the people who never gave a shit. Everybody else was doing the healthy menus. The double bacon cheeseburgers and... Everybody were gone. Salad. McDonald's had salad. McDonald's had parfaits. Taco Bell had the Cantina Power Bowl, and I never saw Burger King blink an eye with the health food craze. They kept doubling down. They did the Baconator. They did the Triple Whopper. They did the fucking Roadhouse Triple Whopper. If you still wanted to be fat as fuck, you could still go to Burger King and you could live that out. They started giving you like 25 chicken nuggets for $1. The large was as big as my head. The Baconator. Well, they remember at one point Burger King had a bacon sandwich that was really popular. I think you can still get it. It was super popular. I still have on, I bet. Mr. Hypocritical shirt, man. Oh yeah, I got a Wendy's shirt on. The Wendy's classic. Well, Wendy's is good. Good God, Wendy's is good. I enjoy... dude, I have the Wendy's triple. Call me a fat motherfucker, I don't care. My fast food, I don't give a fuck meal is a triple, a large fry, a large Coke, and a large chili. Triple's a good burger. And you can only eat it once in a blue moon because you really are risking cardiac arrest, but hey, in that blue moon, it's worth it. Spicy chicken for me. Yeah, spicy chicken's good. That's a good sandwich. They have those dyed burgers at Halloween. See, that's another classic case of Burger King not giving a shit. These got popular. These were popular when I was in high school and they had the Bacon King. That's not it. The Bacon King Jr. It has a sauce to it. That's the special thing about this burger. And it's not the burger. It's not the Bacon King either. I don't know what the hell it's called, but... it's a thing. And, it was really popular. We were all, like, eating it all the damn time. I think this is it. I see it right now. The stacker. Yeah, the stacker. See this? Now you can only get the double stacker and the single stacker, but when that son of a bitch came out, you could get like the... just like the Heart Attack Burger and Grill, Bar and Grill, you could get the octuple stacker sandwich full of... every single patty had the sauce layered on it. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous! And tasty. Ridiculously good. That's what I mean. Ridiculously good. Dead. The only problem with chili is you have to go elsewhere for your Pepsi. Are you a Coke man or a Pepsi man? I know you're talking shout out Sean Ranklin, but yeah, I'm a Coke man myself. Dude, the chili is so hit or miss, but it's probably one of the better fast food items offered across America. It's miss when you come in late and they scoop up the fucking remains. You come in there fresh though, and they're using like the burger from yesterday. Pretty good chili. This is Georgia, bro. Yeah, I'm a Coke guy too. But again, it's like Coke, even sugar. I mean, drinking fucking pop is terrible for you. You gotta limit it. You gotta limit it down to just the once in a while. Even then they say not to do it, but it's too good. It's too good to deny a good Coca-Cola. McDonald's is the best. McDonald's has got the best Coke. Their Coke is the shit. I don't know what I'm gonna do. This audio is like just not coming out right. I haven't been able to... I'm talking plainly, I feel like. My voice is starting to fucking hurt. Because I feel like I've been having to yell into this mic. It's not picking me up well at all. What about energy drinks? Oh my god. I mean, they can be okay, but they're ass for you. They're ass. I've known way too many stories of people who never wake up again after a lot of Monster. I had a fucking guy, we were never friends, but I played sports with him. He's fucking dead now. He's my age. He used to drink a BFG every day. Every fucking day before school. And the big fucking Monster thing. He died of kidney failure this last year. He went into dialysis. I don't know how they do it. I know some older people that still drink Monster drinks and energy drinks. They're just not good for you. How old are you? I just turned 28 3 days ago. 4 days ago. Four Loko, God, I remember Four Lokos. Four Lokos were what, made illegal like an hour after they fucking came out? I remember drinking Four Lokos. Those things were awful for you. That shit is truly awful for you. Not just Four Loko, which should have been illegal moment one anyway, but any of that sugary alcohol stuff. People like seem to forget that there's like 2,000 calories in whiskey. And it's just sugar calories. Just no different than pop. And of course it's also alcohol, so it's shit for your liver, your heart, your brain, the whole thing. And people go out and buy these like candy alcohol drinks so that they can try to cover up the liquor. They are absolute ass for you. Yeah, that Four Loko killed some people. I've been drunk on Four Loko. Made my head feel like it was gonna crack open, like there was an egg fried inside it. I mean, it's just ass for you too. It's tons and tons and tons of calories you don't even realize you're consuming. And it's just fat. You get fat so fucking quick on that stuff. I've seen girls come out of high school who were pretty trim when they came in, and then they get hooked on alcohol drinks like that, and it doesn't take too long. For any of us. Those are the kinds of drinks where you can have a day-to-day change in your body. Where you'll have a six-pack when you fucking go to bed, and 2 or 3 days of that, a week of drinking that stuff, and you got a fucking paunch. Well, anyway, I watched a video of dudes playing beer pong with Four Loko. They got blackout. Yeah, I mean, I could say more. I'm gonna keep my stories of that time in my life to a minimum, but yeah, Four Loko. That was a fun summer. The summer that came out that made so many news stories, so many headlines, for good reason. Birthday week confirmed. How old are you, Fitman? You don't mind my asking? Maybe 30 in March. It's coming around, man. It's coming around. Okay, so this is no cut whatsoever. Even then, I feel like I'm not getting through all that well, man. I'm probably peaking it a little bit, but not much. I wonder why. There's something going on here. Something deeper that I don't understand. And Lord, do I want to. I know this isn't very exciting, but it can't be this difficult to talk, is the deal. Talk at a plain volume. All my stuff's fucking cheap. It's a bit in need of an upgrade. Start puking halfway through. 29 and some change. I am a Gemini. What are your March? Your March. When is March? See, the goal was to save the money. Work my ass off and save the money to get the audio upgrades, and we see how this year's been going so far.